In this lesson, we will understand a very important concept, that is track matte. Track matte is very similar to masking, but many times it makes our work far easier than the masking. And it has also some features that masking cannot perform. So let's begin. I have made a composition and have imported this image. Drag it to the timeline. Now let's create a circle and make sure image is not selected, otherwise it will create a mask over it. I don't need this stroke, I just need fill color on it. Now we are ready to use track matte on the image, and it is located right here as it's indicating it. If it is not open, click on this toggle button and it will switch between track matte and layer switches. Now go to this track matte drop down list and you will find four types of track mattes, which are alpha matte, alpha inverted matte, luma matte and luma inverted matte. Here we are going to use only alpha matte. Alpha inverted matte just do the opposite of alpha matte. We will discuss about luma matte while working on exercises. So choose alpha matte and it will reveal image only to the circular area, same as masking. Now we can also animate the circle using its transformation properties, which is far easier than the masking. So now let's create the title animation which we are seeing during our lectures at left bottom side, highlighting keyboard shortcuts. First create a new composition, call it title. And now I am going to create a rounded rectangle. Choose whatever color you want. Now go to shape properties and make corners perfect rounded. Now let's create a text layer using text tool and type this is After Effects. Change its color to black and put it to the center of the rectangle. Now let's change its font and make it some thick. Adjust its position again. Now I'm going to animate its size. So add a keyframe on it. Unlink constraint proportion as I want to scale it only on x-axis. Now let's copy this value by pressing Ctrl C or Command C because this will be the final value. Now on the first keyframe, set its value to 0. Zoom timeline and go to 10th keyframe and paste the value by pressing Ctrl V or Command V. So it will animate something like this. Okay, now I want this text will appear along with the rectangle's animation. So we can do it in several ways. In first method, we can just change its color to white. And now it will appear along with the rectangle because it's getting merged in the background. But this idea won't work if there is a custom background. So let me undo it. In second method, we can create a mask over this text. And now we can animate this mask path parameter, but in order to match it with the rectangle's animation, we have to add several keyframes and have to simulate it with the rectangle's animation. But it will be very complicated and take much time to do it. So we can do it easily using track matte. What we have to do, we just need to duplicate this shape layer and put it over to the text layer. And now just apply alpha matte to the text layer. It will reveal whole text because it's completely covering it. And now we will get our animation. So what's happening in the background is that upper shape layer is also animating just as the bottom one because we have just duplicated that. And due to track matte, it's revealing the text. And now bottom layer is only working as background for it. So you will find it easier than the masking. But now, what if we want only half shape of this rectangle and text should appear only half portion of the shape? Since we cannot cut rectangle here because we have not scissor tool in After Effects, so we will apply some tricks to make it. First, let's decrease font size so that we can adjust it to the half shape only. Now we need to hide the shape from here. So let's select all these layers first and I'm going to pre-compose them. Let's call it text. So it has created a new composition, and now we can easily create a mask on it. Select these nodes and move them to hide the shape. Let's check it. It's fine, but here is some problem. It shouldn't show this circle. We want to reveal only half shape. So select these nodes again and move them to your desired position. It's perfect, but we have to adjust text again. So just double click on it to open the composition and now edit the text according to your desired output. Align it to the center using paragraph panel and put it to the side. Now go back to the title column, and I think I should move this text to the right side a bit. So go to inside of the text comp again and move the text. It's perfect now. Just play it. Play it once again. Excellent. So it's not necessary that we must have tools for all our purposes. We will always play tricks to solve them during our projects. Well, it's just a small one. I promise you that you'll be smart enough to play with them. Now let's have a look on one more example of the track mat. So I have created a mobile phone symbol exactly same as before. We have already learned how to create this using merge path effect. I have a little animation on it. So there is nothing new till now. I have also imported an image here, which is this iPhone's screenshot. I found it on Google. Put it below to the mobile layer. Now let's scale it to fit the screen size and move it to the upper side to match it with our screen. So I want this screen should appear with a sliding animation from left side, and we can do it using trackmat effect. So to use trackmat, we can create a rectangle on the screen, but it's not good idea if you want to have the exactly same animation on it which is on the screen. So we have a solution for it. Let me delete this rectangle first. Now expand this mobile phone shape, and here we have all these shape layers, and we have also used this merge path effect on it. We have applied some layer styles on it to make it some interesting. In this layers tag, I am interested in this screen shape. So just copy it by pressing Ctrl or Command C. But now we cannot paste it as usual because we have just copied a shape path and we need a shape layer to paste it. So go to Layer, New, and create a shape layer. It will create a blank shape layer as we have seen before. Now keeping this layer selected, press Ctrl or Command V to paste the path. Now expand it, and under Contents you will find the screen shape. And it will also copy all keyframes with it and create exactly same animation. So you need not to create the animation again. But for now, I don't need these keyframes anymore because I just want a sliding animation. So remove all keyframes. Now zoom it to see whether it's perfectly aligned or not. So let's make it some big and place it on the screen perfectly. Okay, fit the screen. Now let's put it below to the mobile layer. And let's use trackmat on this image layer, and it will reveal the image. Now it's time to create the animation. So if we play it, I think we can create animation from 10th frame because the screen has been scaled completely till this keyframe. Let's animate position property. Add a keyframe, go to 20th frame and add same keyframe here. Now come back to 10th frame again and drag image to the left side. You can see due to our trackmat, image is only visible to this area and it will not be visible over this part. So put it outside of the mobile screen. Let's play it. Play it once again. Perfect. So it's a great feature of After Effects and we will use it a lot of times. In next lesson, we will learn about layer snapping.